What is up, guys? Evanaldo here. Welcome back. So, ETH got a little bit of a pullback, got a little bit of a flash crash, I don't know, 12, 16 hours ago, something like that for the crypto markets. But, I'll talk about in this video why I'm not too concerned about that. That actually could be healthy overall. I could be wrong, but, more people have open shorts, which is kind of a good thing. Funding fees are gotten healthy again. I was thinking, and these are the latest trades over on BYDFI, and I posted a new setup in the Discord, kind of along the lines of trying to long the pullback. If you guys are interested in that, check out the link down below. If you guys want one free month in the Discord, if you sign up to any of these exchanges down below, deposit at least $100 and up to support taking the Discord with your UID or your email, we'll give you one free month in there. You could get 10K worth of Bitcoin over on BYDFI for a trading bonus, depending on how much you trade. In addition, 20% off your fees for life, only with my link for BYDFI and BloFin, up to 100K deposit and trade bonus on BloFin. I don't think they're going to do this forever. They usually do more of the bigger bonuses when the market's going crazy. Yeah, big surprise. And then 100K bonus over on Bitunix. Bitunix is actually 25% cash back on your fees. Only with my link down below. So check it out if you guys are interested. Don't think these will last forever. You got to know what you're doing for trading, risk management, and all that. So just don't go in blind expecting to get rich. That's not how it works. Be careful. Don't be stupid. Obviously, if anything seems too good to be true, it probably is. So. Check it out if you're interested, though. Let's get into kind of the analysis here. Do a few things I want to show you like before. So funding fees, like I mentioned, they're getting pretty healthy, which is good. Fear and greed is actually going more into a neutral thing, which I thought ETH almost at a new all-time high here. I thought we'd almost be at extreme greed by now, but this is really good, and this may mean that you may not see extreme greed until maybe at least a month from now. I mean, that would equate with a September pullback that I think we will see. But yeah, no, for now we're healthy. For now, I think we're still pretty healthy. If we get into actual analysis, a little bit of a freebie right there for a potential trade setup. I don't know if it will win, but in an uptrend, especially when more people are trying to short right now, it looks like not overall more people have opened up shorts and got scared lately. Trigger wave to the upside. Trigger wave to the upside, potentially bring us to an all-time high. I do think ETH will hit a new all-time high. I mean, a little speed bump right here. Maybe people got too greedy, like I mentioned. You do have some money flow coming down, some little bearish things, but I don't think they're really playing out yet. Kind of what I think will happen, big macro area of what I think will happen in this market, and this is purely just based off history, come up to 5,300, something like that by the end of this month. September pullback. Maybe, hopefully you pull back into that damn rate cut in September. If you pull back into that rate cut probably will be bullish for the market. And then you keep going upward into maybe the second rate cut, the next FOMC meeting after that one into end of October. Maybe that next one ends the market. Speculative, I could be wrong. October would be the top. I do think October likely would be the top, especially if ETH is at, over 7K, Bitcoin close to 150K, something like that. It would make the most sense there. And then 2026, based on history, I would guess 2,000, 1,800, you'd get a pretty significant pullback in 2026. But that's to be seen. We'll see what happens. In terms of like what would give you your September pullback, probably more so, 3-day bear div, that would probably be, especially after you've been up so much, 3-day bear div would probably give you a pullback, maybe down to 3,800 after 53 or 5,000, something of those, of that nature. What else is there to say about ETH right now? I mean, lower time frames could kind of go either way on some of these lower time frames, but money flow is starting to come back up. I would lean bullish. I would lean overall pretty bullish here. Trading is all. Anything could happen as always. Just find that strategy, kind of stick with it, and be robotic and try to follow that upward. If you want a strategy, don't ask me. I'm not giving you no. I'm just kidding. Overall, it kind of comes natural because I've been doing it so long. I mean, if you want to check out my course, I do have a lot of good strategies. It's good for beginners. If you've been watching me and Market Cipher people for years, it's probably not going to help you too much at that point. It's more for kind of beginners and that stuff. But I do have a course that I rarely talk about, and even just felt like bringing it up now. But some people have liked it, or a lot of people have liked it, I should say. But anyway, ETH versus Bitcoin, right there, back to that area. I think that should at least get up to these highs as I've talked about. I think you're generally going to be good for ETH versus Bitcoin right here. Others versus ETH. Now, this is My guess was the moment ETH makes a new all-time high, which could be, a couple days, a couple hours, away, potentially, this starts to jump up and you start to see kind of a repeat of what you saw back in over here, hopefully, because this was kind of like, beginning of 21 kind of rally, and then right here you'd see into hopefully end of year all outperform Ethereum for a potential altcoin season. Another thought I've been having is that if you do see, let's say, Bitcoin peak in October, I do think it may be a month or two after, similar to 2017 into 2018 where alts peaked. So you may see alts and Ethereum peak, a month or two after, maybe November, maybe December. I don't think it would go into 2026, but I could be wrong. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. So yeah, some alts that I've kind of been looking at that I've, been bullish on. Chainlink, I mean, there was the trade I made for that. I think you should hold these levels generally. Chainlink has looked really good against Ethereum. Maybe I should give you guys a little freebie of what you could try something like this on Chainlink. I wouldn't, something like this probably. You got a good shot. A little patience maybe. And then, I mean, its ETH evaluation looks good, and I can spend a ton of time on that. But I mean, the ETH evaluation looks pretty good right there, hopefully. AVAX versus ETH. I just wanted to see if that's doing any. Okay, so a little jump here. I would probably wait until this reclaims this level right here, 0.00557 or whatever. Right there, reclaims that level, and that would be hopefully a rally on AVAX. We'll see what happens. Does still look a little bit ugly against ETH, but if you look at it itself, you're getting some really rare bullish signs, especially in that monthly. Look at that jump. I mean, I would hope you could repeat something like that, from that kind of bottom there or something. You'd already be there based on that one or in the next kind of month. But, like that into end of year, $100 I think could be a good goal. I don't know if you're going to make a new all-time high in this. I think that's going to be tough, but that's what I'm kind of looking at right there for AVAX. I don't know. I mean, Cardano jumped up a little bit the other day, then came back down, I think. Actually, let's look at it on the Binance chart. I think eventually you'll break above these areas and get up to $1.20, and then hopefully a double, 2 to 3x from there, is what I'm looking at. And then I think one of the last things I'll show you guys here would be, others, and this would be what I think potentially, maybe I'm being too optimistic, but your average altcoin, I think, 100% to 150%, get up to this area in terms of market cap here on others for, average altcoin here, everything outside the top 10 of market cap, potentially jumping up to those highs right there. And that would kind of, just be what we've done every previous cycle, higher high there, maybe even $1 trillion. That's a 3x from here. That's a lot. You'd need a major altcoin season. You may get that in Q4 though. You may get that in Q4. I mean, the thing I'm kind of looking at for alts is just slowly DCA out from October 1st to end of the year. Kind of makes the most sense, and you'd probably be up, 2 or 3x on a lot of them. I don't know why Polygon came to mind, but some of these trying to make a comeback. If we could hold a lot of these levels, not, I mean, this one, but other ones in general, if we could just hold some of these levels, you're looking at a 30-cent, coin or, something of that nature. So, I mean, that's what I'm looking at right there. I think there's a lot of potential for this market. Summarize, I mean, I think it's still ETH season, I think, for probably a few more days, at least until this makes a new all-time high. And then I changed the thing outward. But if you look at, what we wanted to ETH versus others here, kind of the opposite of what I looked at before, this potential, drop downward. And I mean, what could we look at to kind of give us that? I don't know, 6-day red dot. I mean, some of these look like you could keep going higher, but if you look at previous cycles, this should start to come down against your average alt, especially at the new all-time highs. So yeah, really exciting time, guys. I mean, I could be wrong, but I would say, it's not a good idea to get too scared. I think we're still in a generally healthy market. Your funding fees are pretty healthy. You're trying to jump up a little bit right here, which is good. So yeah, just take it as it is. I'll see you guys really soon. Smash the like button. Check out the exchanges down below if you're interested in trading. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.